This training video is on how to change the PX user password and SNMP community string with PowerQ bulk configuration. First, you change the user password and SNMP community string on one PX. Then you download the bulk configuration file from this PX. You use PowerQ's bulk configuration feature to push this configuration to all your other PDUs that are of the same model type and the same firmware. First, I'll go to a PX, and I'll go to the PX, and I'll go to the SNMP settings, and I'm going to change the right community string from James to Scott. Now we'll go to the user management and change the password. I'm going to change the password from Raritan to Sunbird. Now this .137, I've just updated password and the SNMP community string. Now I will go to the bulk configuration file, and I'll download the bulk configuration file. And it'll be bulk config 4 in my download file. Now I'll go to my PDUs tab in PowerIQ, and I'll select bulk configuration, and I'll say plan a new rollout. So I'll create a new plan, update password to Sun, and I'll say continue, and I'll upload a new bulk configuration file. I'm going to select the PDUs that I want to update with this, and in this particular case I want to update PDU 138 that has the same firmware and the same model number, but I could have selected more PDUs that have the same model and firmware. I want to edit abort on failure to be no. Since I've changed the password, when PowerQ tries to validate that the update has succeeded, it will actually give an error. So I just want to not have abort on failure. I'll save the firmware upgrade plan, and I'll start my rollout. I see that it initiated successfully and it logged in successfully. And now I notice that the status has failed, but that's as expected since it was trying to check if it was a successful upgrade by logging in, but PowerQ does not have the correct password credentials to log in. Now I need to update password and SNMP community string in PowerIQ to match what I've set. And I do that via import PDUs from CSV. I've created a CSV file that is used to add PDUs. First column is the IP address of the PDU. Next column is the proxy index, which is not needed unless you're daisy chaining PDUs. Column C is the username, which I did not change. Column D is the password, which I changed from Raritan to Sunbird. and column E is the S&P right community string, which I changed from James to Scott. And so now when I import this file as a CSV file, it will then update in PowerIQ to know that the password for these two PDUs is Sunbird, and the S&P right community string for these two PDUs is Scott. I click my PDU tab and I look at the two PDUs that I updated the password and the S&P community string, and I notice that the state is critical because it's lost communication because it has the wrong password and community string. I will resolve that now. I select my CSV file for import. And now I click my PDU tab and I see that .138 is good and .137 is good. And this completes the process to update the password and community string.